welcome to another Wraggys Beers, Wines and Spirits review. Tonight, recently brought this from Adventure Beer Company based in Nottinghamshire. Well, actually based in was Sherwood, it's now Top Valley. Delivering beers from breweries across the East Midlands. This is a brand new brewery for me to review, so I'm happy about that. You know, as somebody who loves beers, take no notice of the grey hair. 50 years old, what's this shite about? Um, Littleover Brewery, King George's Bitter, and I will read what it says on the back. I'll get the old magnifying glass, or magnifying glass, but it's right, you get it. So a traditional bottle conditioned bitter, beautifully balanced with English malts and hops. This Moorish beer is a subtle malty bitterness, hints of blackcurrant and a refreshing crisp finish. 4% ABV on this, so there we go. King George's Bitter. Sounds like the sort of beer, really, that I ought to be saving for, the likes of slightly anxious to get out of the bottle. So, little bit of sediment in this. I can see the sediment, to be fair. Did say it was bottle conditioned, didn't it? So this is always a thing with bottle conditioned, Yeah, bottle conditioned. So there's always that chance. Don't worry if you get sediment in a beer. There's nothing wrong with the beer. What it means is that as the beer's settled and you move it around, you may see bits floating around in the beer. That's not to say that there's anything wrong with the beer. It's just the yeast and that in the beer. To be fair, it's actually there was a name for it, and I forget the name that they used to come out with. But it was actually quite looked for in the olden days. So it's already cleared. There we go. So it's already settled down. It's like a dark amber pour, this, with a white head, lots of carbonation. As you can see, the sediment layer's already disappeared. So it just goes to show you, don't worry too much if you to crack a bottle open and that happens. Malty nose, that's all I can really get off the nose at the moment, at least. Cheers, my first ever Littleover Brewery beer. So looking forward to this. It's always nice to crack a new one from a new brewery. Definitely get that blackcurrant flavour. Definitely. What can I say? You never know what to expect in any beer, really. And it was a beer I wasn't a bitter's a bitter. It is what it is. You expect it to be old fashioned, and this is blackcurrant. It's fruity, as blackcurrant is fruity. But there's a nice element to it. I've had a few beers already tonight, so the brain's not matching what the tongue's saying. Not 100% at least. Um, a And I say that blackcurrant element really is shining through. Um, Obviously, there's a malty, and even on the aroma now, the fruity element is shining through. And it's not a fruity bitter; it's a bitter with a blackcurrant uh, addition, but it's really shining through. It's amazing sometimes. Temperature is key. At room temp, this is shed temperature, so it's bloody freezing. I'm freezing. But at shed temperature, it's different to room temperature. At room temperature slash pub temperature, after about 5 minutes after it's come out of the cask, it may well be different. If it comes out of a cask. I've not been to a brewery that sells Littleover beer. Apologies. Um, Even though I live not too far away, in Nottingham. But yeah, really loving that fruity aspect to it. It's different. It's for a best bitter, and you've got to say to yourself, did King George like blackcurrants? Because if he did, then it marries in really well. It's like me. If someone, not that they will, but if someone in years to come, when I, you know, oh God, I hope I don't, but you know, if I was a celebrity, not that I am, but in that respect, but if you was a celebrity in years to come, and someone was to, with me, it would be it would be butterscotch, maybe plum. There are flavors that I really, really like, and to get a flavor that marries like King George, if blackcurrant is a flavor that he really loved, and or was this, and to get that in a bitter, that would be amazing. Obviously, I don't know. You know, I'm just somebody who likes a nice beer. But yeah, my first ever beer from Littleover Brewery, and I've got to say, a lovely blackcurrant, fruity bitter, different, but yeah, really nice. I really enjoyed it. So, brewed by Littleover Brewery, Unit 9, Robinson Industrial Estate, Shaftesbury Street, Derby, DE23 8NL. Like I say, I haven't got a clue where that is. I know it's in Derbyshire. That's about all I know, really. I couldn't tell you half the numbers in Nottinghamshire, but where I live. But yeah, good to see this first ever beer from them. Out of 5, for me, a good 4.2 out of 5. Yeah, King George's bitter, a lovely black currant fruity bitter. Cheers all. See you soon.